Okay, so this is a quick overview of the Janome 2522 or My Style 22. Inside the box you'll find the machine, hard cover which fits over the top of the machine, and the handle comes up through the top. Foot control with a high and low setting and a instruction book. You'll also find a small lint brush, one-step buttonhole foot, 4 bobbins, a small spool holder, a large spool holder, a second spool pin so you can do twin needle sewing, foot B for doing buttonholes, foot F for doing applique, foot E for putting zips in, foot H for straight stitch, foot G for blind hem, foot C for over edge sewing, a small felt circle and a quilting guide and a stitch ripper. 2 screwdrivers and a packet of needles. Looking around the machine you'll see this is for altering your thread tension. Your thread goes on here, handle on the top of the machine. You wind your bobbin here. This is your stitch length control and this is your stitch width control. This is your reverse. This is where you select your stitches. You can open the side of the machine there and you can adjust how hard the foot pushes down on the fabric. The feet snap on and off. There's a handy accessory tray which comes off to give you a free arm. On the side of the machine you'll see this is where the foot control plugs in and an on and off switch which controls power to the machine for the foot control and also switches the light on and off. This screw here is for adjusting any stretched stitches. On the back of the machine you'll see this is the switch for raising and lowering the feed dogs to do free machine quilting or darning. Okay, so to thread the machine up, first we need to wind the bobbin. The thread goes onto here. Wrap the thread around the pre-tensioner. It's always best to try and thread the thread through a hole in the bobbin. Engage the bobbin, disengage the needle. Put the bobbin into the machine. There's a little black switch there. Pull that to the side. Remove the clear plastic cover. Drop the bobbin in and pull it into the bobbin case. Then to thread the machine up, go into the first guide, down and around. Find the take-up lever. Go into the take-up lever, down and into the thread guide just above the needle. Thread the eye of the needle. And bring the bobbin thread up. And refit the plastic cover. And that's it, that's the machine ready to sew. The next thing is this panel here for choosing the stitches. The area on the front of the screen is to help you choose the right settings on the machine for your chosen stitch. So if we chose this overcasting stitch, you can see the red marker here selecting the stitch. The display here helps you set the right length and width settings on the machine. So your chosen stitch is in blue. In here we have blue 5, so we set the width on 5. In here in blue we have SS, so we set the length on stretch stitch SS. The machine will now be set up to do the right proportions for this stitch. In here we also have A, the letter A in blue. So we would then select foot A. Each foot has a letter stamped on the foot. If we wanted to choose this green stitch, the selector is in the same place, but we need to change the width and length settings. So this time the stitch is green. In green we've got 1.5, so we set the length on 1.5. In green we have 5, so we set the machine on 5. And presser foot is still foot A. If we wanted to set the machine for buttonhole, this time we have width 3 to 6, so we could set the machine on 6. Length we have 0.5 to 1, so we set the machine on 0.5. And presser foot R. The idea of this display is simply to help you select the right proportions for the stitch, setting the width and the length, and an aid to help you find the right foot to do that stitch. Okay, so the machine's all set up now for a 3-step zigzag. We just go ahead and sew. To set the machine back for a straight stitch now, just turn the stitch selector on the side, selecting the straight stitch, set your width, and the machine's ready to go. If you wanted to bring the needle to the center of the foot, we just turn the width setting to 0 and the needle's now in the center of the foot. And reverse. To make the stitch a little longer, and if we wanted to choose, say, a zigzag stitch, give the stitch a width, set the length, and so. To do a buttonhole, just raise the presser foot, hit the button on the back, foot drops off, put a button into the back of the buttonhole foot, now we just need to get the thread through the hole in the foot. Set the length onto buttonhole, width onto maximum, and then choose buttonhole. There's a little lever back here which you pull down, which triggers the machine to change direction once it's sewn the full length of the buttonhole. And that's the buttonhole complete. The stitching on this buttonhole is worked out to be spaced out a bit too much. So to make the stitches a bit denser, we could reduce the length reset the buttonhole and start again. And we can see that the buttonhole is the right size for the button, and the stitches are a bit denser on the second buttonhole than the first. To set the machine back up for normal sewing, raise the lever, press the button on the back, remove the buttonhole foot and load the ordinary zigzag foot back onto the machine. And that's the Janome 2522. It's a good, solid, robust machine and capable of sewing most jobs around the house. It will do lightweight fabrics, medium and heavy, curtains, stretch fabrics, pretty much anything you're going to want to sew. It's very well designed, very well made, and should last a long, long time.